Welcome back, guys. I'm Mellowseven. This is Rimworld B18. I apologize, we missed Tuesday's episode. I wasn't quite prepared for the other series to end so quickly. Things I thought were going well, which is generally probably the time they go horribly wrong in Rimworld. I also wanted to give you guys a chance to watch it and suggest something if there was something specifically you wanted to see. And Slyxen's the only one that responded as far as with a suggestion, and he wants vampires and werewolves. Now, I tried to do some research. I really did. I wanted to watch some videos of some other people playing it. Barky has some mods, has some mod showcases where he shows little bits and pieces of it, but I didn't really see anything, although I didn't specifically go to his channel. I just did a Google search on stuff on this, or a YouTube search. I didn't really see anybody playing through with this. There was somebody who had a vampire save, but it was Alpha 10, so clearly not what we're looking for. So yeah, oddly enough, the #1 Google search video or YouTube search video for Rimworld and vampires is me, and we didn't actually end up finding any vampires in it, despite the 5% chance that all NPCs are vampires, which is built into the mod, but we didn't see a single person that had it. So essentially there's not a lot of research for me to do. So we're just going to kind of go through and we're just going to play the base scenario that comes with the vampire mod. Werewolves are added in as well. I did learn a little bit more about werewolves. The first control, the time they flipped, it's uncontrolled. After that, you can control it and you can do stuff. And I'm still not sure why it didn't click on the first full moon, but it did click on the second full moon, and how you determine which full moon is going to kick it off and all that sort of stuff. But we'll just kind of have to see how that goes. I'm kind of seeing this more as a vampires versus werewolves thing. But we'll see what the game gives us. So, mods-wise, let's take a look at that really fast. You can see there's a lot of stuff. If you want to stop this really quickly and pause to see what we've kind of got going on, feel free. I am running some Rimstone stuff. We ran a bunch of it last time. I'm just essentially running the vanilla pack, the storyteller, and the base Rimstone there, just to give us a little bit more variety in weapons and stuff. Otherwise, kind of my basic kind of quality of life stuff, not a huge amount of storytelling stuff. Hand me that brick, cooks can refuel, defensive, just kind of your random stuff. Growable mushrooms again. Again, caves might be a good option for our vampires here to get us, so vampires can do a little bit more without dealing with sunlight. I have added the Giddy Up core with run and gun and battle mounts. Now, I'd planned, personally, on making them the central focus of the next playthrough, but that's not what Slyxen wanted, and we know Slyxen's the boss. So, we are going to make this the basic. If we end up using this, great. If not, we can survive, right? Research Pal. We have the Star Wars stuff turned off. We got some more rooms, so I was just too lazy to undo some stuff. So, that's what we've got there. So, let's go ahead and just click New Colony. Vampire, strange cargo. You awaken after crash landing on a remote planet on the rim. Looking around, you see yourself and another colonist. Between the both of you is a sealed coffin. Your faction will be new arrivals. You start with 3 people, chosen from 10. Non-player characters have a 5% chance to start with vampirism. One will be 10th to 13th generation known bloodline vampire in a coffin. This is what we start with. Map does that. Sun's power is weakened, and night is lengthened by 10%. I'd kind of like to see a little bit of this. So I'm just going to kind of go Cassandra Classic. Let's start with some challenge. Okay, let's just or what we can do is we can go Phoebe, but we'll go rough. How about that? So there'll be a little bit more spread out, give us a little bit more time, but we'll still get some challenge in there. But I just don't want to die in 6 days. I'd like this I'd like this series to last more than 1 week, right? Well, clearly, if we're doing vampires, then, Tom Cruise has to be our seed here, right? There we go. Tom Cruise. Let's do 50%. Yeah, we'll do 50%. Generate. See what we get. So these all are part of the Rim of Madness series by Jecrel. Hopefully I'm getting that right. If not, I really apologize, but I'm pretty sure it's Jecrel. The Rim of Madness stuff has all been very well done. We've done, some of it in the past. We haven't been deep into it. We always die. We get a little too ambitious with our difficulty levels. And, any of these mods that add difficulty, kind of stack on top of what your difficulty level is a lot of times. So I'm curious. Let's just hit a random site and see what pops up. Small hills. I think we probably want large hills or mountains. And it's all flat, huh? There's mountainous. Where does that dump? Ooh. The only way in or out's through these guys, really. I would love to have some place where we could have mountains on a road. So we're not completely isolated, like right there. Temperate forest, large hills. And ideally, like I said, I'd love mountains because I'd really like some caves again. I did really like that last time. So this one's mountainous. Granite, limestone, slate. Long growing period. We do have a little bit of a winter. Not worried about that as much because, like I say, I have a feeling we're going to end up in caves and stuff. More than anything, the gorilla forest. A werewolf faction. Oh. Do we see a vampire faction anywhere? We don't. I just see the werewolf faction. And I'm not seeing much of that. Do we need to be near the werewolves? I mean, that seems like it has to be a thing, right? The Wild Fangs, information. A base of one of the factions. That's all it says. I think probably we shouldn't be too terribly far from those guys. Now, we got 4 different factions down here. Terrain, is that a mountain? That's mountainous. It's not on the road, but it's very close to the road. That's small hills. I'm kind of thinking right there. I don't see mountains on the road anywhere. We could also go here. That's large hills. I think we go right here. We're mountainous. We're right next to a road. We've got 4 different factions very close, and 4 more tribes of this settlements of the same factions right there. We're at the Great Sharp Finger Mountains, which is a great name, especially if there's werewolves and vampires in there, right? I mean, we're all Transylvania. I don't really care what the rest of this is, but it's Boreal Forest, which is I think that's it. Let's go advanced. Let's make it bigger. Something like that. Let's just hit next. All right, so these are people. One of these is going to have to be a vampire. So this guy here is a gargoyle, 12th generation. Our mathematician here. So we can see if we were to run with this group right here, we'd have everything fairly well covered. Cooking's not strong, but we do have some passion for it. We do have some passion for mining. That would be good. Melee. He's cooked. That's good because we can keep him inside to cook. We don't have to run him around outside. That's not terrible. Do we have other vampires in here? Is that the only vampire that popped up? So none of these others have vampirism. So the question is one of these people something we would rather have? Melee of 13. Especially if we go into the caves. If we go into the caves and when we just go melee, we just suck everybody into the caves and attack him there. That might not be a bad idea. Especially with a vampire. Jailbird, he can't care social or firefight. He's too smart. That's not terrible. Brawler and depressive. Not a fan of depressive. Roboticist, chemical, night owl. That might work with our vampire as well. Xenophobe. Very good intellectual. Good construction. Won't animal, cook, clean, or plant work? Well, we might be able to, between the construction, the crafting, and the intellectual, we could probably do that. I like that character a lot. Won't dumb labor or violent. You will dumb labor, right? Won't clean, but you'll haul. Okay. I'm not a fan of the won't violent, but that's, a fair amount of skills. Okay. Blacksmith. Intellectual. Chemical interest, but a jogger. Also good at crafting. No intellectual there, but good mining. Strong intellectual there. I don't know. I think it's hard to maybe take these 2 out. Likes melee. Doesn't particularly like anything, but is a gargoyle, which I assume means we get some decent melee. There's a number of those. Hard worker, but a pessimist. Trigger happy won't affect us much if we just go melee, right? Permanent mood effect is -6, but hard worker, that's good. Super immune, fast walker, pyromaniac, fast learner, and greedy. Not a fan of the greedy. I really like the mining and the melee there. Construction's not bad. I really do like the roboticist, but we don't really need more intellectual. But man, that's a nice trilogy right there. No, I think we go with what we have. So, the first thing we're going to do is, because this Slyxen recommended this one, that means Slyxen is the vampire. He's our first initial guy. Now, the other two, what I've done is I took all of our publicly named subscribers and I put them in a list. And then I took that list and I put it into randomize.org and I generated another list, a randomized version of that list. And then I took the top 15 people, and let's see if I can figure out how to do this here. And we're going to go display capture. It's me looking at verifying the Slyxen comment there. Let's come back here. This is what we're looking for. And I've added those 15 names onto here. And what we'll do is, every time we need to add somebody, we'll spin, we'll get a name, and we'll add it in. So our first name, Rosalind. Whoa, that's loud. I'm going to turn that down a bit. So, come back in here. Oops. Rosalind, you are in the game. Okay, so now we come back to here. We go ahead and we remove Rosalind from the list. Now it regenerates. We spin again. Michael Hewson. All right. So we'll move Michael there. We'll come back in here. I don't know. I always get the A's and E's screwed up there. We're just going to go with Hewson there, okay? All right, Michael. If I spelled it Michelle, I'm sorry. I say, I never, in my head, it doesn't make any sense which one's which. All right, so we've got Slyxen, Rosalind, and Michael Hewson there. In the game, we're going to hit start, and that will save that little flippy spinny thing. So every time we can load it back up. If we go through those 15 people, we'll take the next group off of the list, and we'll go from there. I got like 65 people that have publicly shared whatever. Out of the 133 subscribers we have, essentially about half of them share their publicly share their subscriptions, which is the only ones I know about. All right, so we've got run and gun. It's meant more for the mount thing, but you know, it doesn't hurt us to have. Caught off guard during makeshift tabletop role-playing game with your fellow shipmate, you're sucked into a emergency escape pod. After the crash, a strange alien coffin lies undamaged not far from the other debris. It radiates an aura of mystery. Okay, so everybody's going to crash down. Kaplow! All right, so before we do anything else, I'm going to go ahead and we're just going to unforbid everything, first of all. There we go. Now let's take a look. Oh, look at that. That's about perfect. It does have bugs in it. This one does not. Oh, look at that. No bugs in there at all. That one goes right to the edge of the map, and no bugs in it either. Interesting. This is all marsh. I wonder, can we rehabilitate some of this marsh? Because this might be perfect, where we could wall that off and have kind of a section in here that we could farm and do other things with. A few muffalo. More caves down here. Ancient danger probably there. Okay, so our only real issue is bugs there. How many? And there's not a lot, right? I mean, this is something that we could reasonably go in fairly early and kill. We've got 1, 2, 3 bugs in that there, it looks like at the moment. Is that a bug too? Little bug. So maybe 4 bugs in there. Now there's a 5th one. But this is reasonable, right? And as long as we can kind of avoid this, and anybody coming from the south probably is going to come through here. That's interesting. So I think this becomes our home base. I think this is where we start. So let's go ahead and do a zone, first of all, in here. And we'll, I don't know, how about just a stockpile right there. I think that's a good stockpile. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to make some beds. I don't know what's going to... Let's see. Restrict. I don't know what our hours of daylight are going to be. Now, clearly, we're going to want to more or less keep him asleep for daylight, right? So let's... It's probably too much. Let's see about that. Okay. So, we're going to need... We need some beds. Do we have wood? We have some wood. Oh, we got a German Shepherd. I did add the German Shepherd mod. Okay, so we are going to have to hunt because we are going to need... We're going to need to feed the German Shepherd. So let's look. We're going to have some knives and a gun. I know I'm going kind of slow here, guys. I'm sorry. Can I not select people? There we go. Character. Okay, you can't shoot at all. Your melee's okay. You can shoot and your melee's good. I apparently am not allowed to select Slyxen at all at the moment. So, I think for the moment you are going to get the rifle. And you will get... Dog's name is Hyde. Little Jecrel and Hyde, that's good for this one. That's excellent for this one, actually. Oh, that's right. We could get you... You know what I'm going to do? Even though you're not good, we're going to do that, and then we'll do shift the knife as a sidearm. So, because you're the best, so you'll be our hunter. We've got some meals. Okay, and then we're going to need to do a couple beds. I think I'm going to start with a butcher's table, actually. And the question is, where are we going to want to do this? So we've got animals there, which means we could come in and out through here. So maybe this becomes our basic kitchen area right in here somewhere. And then initially I'm going to do a fueled stove. Here, I'm gonna cancel that real fast. One little change here. I'm gonna go butcher table. No, that's fine. Well, I go here. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Something like that. And then I'm gonna go structure. Somewhere. We're going to have to mine that out, but I'm going to put a door here and a door here. And orders, we're going to mine those 2 out. Then structure over here. We're going to slowly kind of build some of this stuff in really fast. And a door there. We're just going to kind of break the cave up into some small sections here with doors. At some point, we will probably block some of these doors completely. And just make them solid walls. But for now, I think this will be fine. We do have a little bit of daylight in here, which is interesting. So that section we could roof off if we want. And then I think we need a couple beds, furniture. I don't think the vampire needs a bed because he's already got the coffin. So, I don't know, we could make this the bedroom with a skylight in it. For the moment, for the humans. That's not a terrible idea, right? So what if I do like this, and then we go structure, we add the terrain. What is the terrain there? Oh, is it water? Interesting. Okay. Now I think the heavy bridge allows us to build over stuff, right? So we could go there and then there and put our door here like this. And then tell it to make sure that we roof this area in. Like that, and then we can put a skylight in there. Okay, so I think just go. Speed up the speed, run everything in. Make sure that we have Houston set to hunt, because he's the only one that can. He is, yes. And I think I'm also going to go ahead and we'll click on one of those to hunt. Because like I said, we do have the German Shepherd to feed. And then animal-wise, we'll go ahead and we'll turn on obedience training for him for now. See if we can get that done. Apparently we're just wandering. We've just said screw it, we're not going to do anything. Can we? Let's see. Reinstall. How about there? We're gonna let everybody sleep for the moment. And then we'll start to get everything, everybody eats, and then we'll get everything picked up, and then we're gonna have to make tables, we're gonna do some other stuff. I might have to force people to work here, because we're not working very hard, are we? There we go. Houston's gonna start hunting. Oh, I'm gonna need to make a zone here. Stockpile dumping zone. All right, here, and this will be for animal corpses. There we go. And then we'll do another little zone here for meals. Oops. Storage, clear all. Meals, and raw food 2 for now. And then we'll go ahead and we'll put a table over here. Just a little table. There with a couple chairs. Rosalind, are you ever gonna Caribou Revenge? That's fine. Rosalind, you need to work. You are a lazy, lazy bastard so far. What are you doing? Okay, this is becoming annoying. Rosalind has done nothing so far. So we're gonna go ahead and we're just gonna make sure that you work. We're gonna give you an hour in the middle here of the day to do whatever. Here, we'll make it lunch. Work. We'll add a little bit of joy here towards the end somewhere. We'll go ahead, we'll build some joy sources into that. I've never seen somebody just do so little actual work. And we're going to put these inside here for now. Here, I'll just put it right there. And then I'm also going to... we have a water gazing spot somewhere? Hold on, do we do it like that? Must be placed with the fishing spot over water and the interaction. Do we have a fishing spot? I mean, I've got that. I don't know. For now, we'll just go with what we've got. All right. So let's get some work done finally, guys. I mean, we're already almost into our 30 minutes for our first episode here, and we've done nothing so far. There we go. A bed. That's good. Getting something happening. Houston's working. Just Rosalind. Come on. What are you doing now? Really? You got nothing you can do? Oh, you won't haul. Oh. You are worth... I thought you were going to be more useful. So we're going to put you on handle. We're going to take you off a handle. We're going to put you on mine. We're going to need some mining done. Houston's the better miner by far, but at the moment, Houston's the only one that does anything. I didn't notice no hauling and cleaning. I thought I just saw the no, maybe no one or the other, but I didn't realize it was both. So until we get researching going, you're kind of worthless. But you can handle, you can negotiate, you can mine now. Smith, Taylor, you won't construct. Well, you can construct. I'm going to turn that on as well. And for the moment, I'm going to turn on cooking for both of you. There we go. I'd like to chop some plants too, but that's not going to happen super easy either. So we're probably going to need to get everything hauled in. All right, we are getting stuff built. That's good. We've got beds for those two. That's helpful. I'm going to go ahead and put our skylight in. There we go. At some point we'll get enough stored in there. That'll take care of that. Will Rosalind do construction? Yes. So I'm also going to, for the moment, I'm going to kind of clean up these walls a little bit. Something like that, and then we'll smooth those walls. All right. Slowly, slowly, we'll get there. Add a bill, cook simple meal. Do until, well, we can't do a lot because they'll go bad. I think 10 is fine. Well, we'll allow it whatever cooking skill, but the reality is we don't have very much, so we'll just go with that. And we are going to need to chop some trees down. One more thing that only one person will do. So I say at night next time we open that and see what happens. And that's how we'll end the episode. So next time at nightfall happens, we're going to open that. Interesting path. You know what? I know Michael is the best miner and has huge amounts of passion for it. But for now, I'm going to take him off of it because I have so many other things I'd rather he do. And Rosalind can take her time kind of crushing through that stuff. Doesn't hurt anything. And then we can get this other stuff built, right? I have a hard time guessing which order it's going to build things in. I mean, it built this first. I don't care. I say we leave the bugs for the moment to hopefully stop the odd raid or two. Okay, so I'm going to say prioritize hauling medicine, prioritize hauling food. Rosalind. Open. Can I prioritize that? That's a hauling job? How's that a hauling job? How is opening? That should be a flick job. If you're watching this, Jecrel, I think that should be a flick job, not opening a box. And I don't know if there's you have any say on that. I don't know if that's just built in. Opening something is by default a haul job, or if it's something that you built into your object. But if it's something you can fix, I think that should be a flick job. Opening a box. Okay. Oh, we've got 3 different types of ship chunks. Okay, well, we'll go one more day since nobody wanted to open anything. No, you know what? We're not. We're not. I'm going to do that right now. Oh my gosh. Oh, Slyxen. Slyxen, look at you. Oh my god. Okay, let's take a look now that we can adjust Slyxen here. Harper, you're a doctor. That's good. Everybody actually can... 4, 6. Let's make sure that we turn on self-doctoring here for the 2 that can. There we go. All right, so you are Slyxen, you are a 12th generation vampire with fangs in your jaw there. Talking's enhanced, eating, unused apparently. Needs, this is your vitae, right, your blood. And here's the blood for these 2. Now, as your vitae goes down, in theory, you can feed on these people. What that's going to require, I don't know. We could also get prisoners and do it. The Barkeys played through where he had a whole room full of people that were not actually characters, but were essentially cattle. I'm not quite sure how we're going to do that yet. We'll figure that out. So there's that. Here's your basic stuff there. Gear, you've got some pants, social, and combat. Now, you are at some point going to get abilities just like the force abilities. And then we'll be able to figure that out as we go. I'm not sure how that's going to happen or when it's going to pop up. So we're just going to have to kind of keep an eye on it. And you will haul and clean and plant cut and construct. And something happened to Houston. We'll go. Maybe we're feeding already. Cleric's small town. Oops. Cologne. Name it after Anne Rice. This will be Riceville. It's not just Anne Rice, okay? Not anything else. It's not some weird Ricer import car thing. Okay, and the problem was, such as it is, Slyxen decided to feed on Michael. So, needs, we can see blood is down, health is there. We're going to turn this bed into a medical bed. And now you're going to rescue. And now you're going to... I guess that's all we had to do. Not injured. Already doctoring Houston. Okay. So, what I say next time... The problem is Houston is the person we really would rather not feed off of. So we're going to have to make sure we do it to Rosalind next time, because Rosalind at the moment is a lot less useful. Right? So next time we'll have to do that. Maybe what we'll do is we will embrace Houston. Maybe we'll embrace, well, if we embrace both of them, we won't have anybody to feed off of. So I say we embrace Houston next, and we leave Rosalind as the only other person, because that way we're feeding off somebody that doesn't really do a lot for us at the moment. And then once we get some other people and we get research underway, then all of a sudden Rosalind could be embraced as well. That's my plan. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this first episode. Thumbs up if you did. Thumbs down if you didn't. I'd love to hear your suggestions. Yeah, subscribe if you'd like to see what happens with our vampire/werewolf playthrough. Until next time, guys, cheers.